Eugene Robinson is back with me. I'm joined by Rohit Chopra, former director of the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. Rohit, they're touting this inflation report as good news for back-to-school shoppers. Is that what you see?
Well, look at what we're seeing in the aisles of stores on key back-to-school items. You're seeing things like backpacks, pencils, sports equipment for kids to play soccer going way up. And here's what I'm worried about. You're going to see all sorts of companies jack up prices, even if their products are not even subject to the tariffs, because they think they can get away with it. And Americans already have $1.2 trillion in credit card debt, interest rates 25, 26%. A lot of Americans are going to charge up more, and they will pay dearly for it.
And here's the reason why, Rohit. Big picture, the National Retail Federation estimates for the average family that has kids in school, they will spend $900 more this year just to get supplies. A lot of folks did buy supplies early because they were hoping to avoid seeing some of these upcharges. But what are they supposed to do?
A lot of them are going to rack up more debt. And by the way, this summer, they have already been dealing with electricity bills that keep going up and up because of all of this demand from data centers due to AI. So it feels like a 1-2 punch of constant price hikes. And I thought that we were supposed to see lower prices in the grocery store, lower prices when it comes to buying clothes. That's not what we're seeing at all. And it is going to put people on a treadmill of debt.
So, Eugene, the minority leader, Hakeem Jeffries, was in Chicago this week. He said Trump is making America too expensive. That's what he says would be the winning message for Democrats in the midterm. Given the widespread promises that were made by this president, is that simple, straightforward message one that will resonate?
Well, I think it's one that the Democrats or any opposition party really must deliver. It would be political malpractice not to, because it's true. Tariffs are a tax, right? They're a tax on us. They're not a tax on Brazil or China or Vietnam. They're a tax on us. And you see that manifested in the school supplies, but you see it manifested in clothing. You see it everywhere, and you're going to see it more and more as the tariffs take effect and price increases roll through the economy. And yes, people are having to take on more debt. People are having to do without. This will become, I think, more and more clear as the nation experiences these rising prices. And again, there's no message that can counteract how people feel about the economy and how people feel about their own financial situation. And I think that feeling is going to head south.
Yeah, I also want to just mention one more thing, not a question, just a comment, that there are a lot of teachers out there who work in school districts where kids don't have money for a pencil. They don't have money for a notebook or 64 Crayola crayons. And they have long been supplementing these kids by buying stuff with money out of their own pockets. How can they do that? How can they continue to do that with these prices? I'm going to switch gears a little bit, only to the extent of this is going to be an economic election. Some people would argue everyone is, but this one, I think, in particular next year. Sherrod Brown, known populist. He says it's his life mission to reconnect the Democratic Party with the working class. He's been working on that since he lost his last re-election race. He just announced he is going to run again for Ohio Senate. Do you think that Donald Trump's economic changes have actually shifted the playing field for Dems in 2026?
Do I think? I think maybe they have. Maybe they are shifting. It's not easy to tell right now. But Sherrod Brown's candidacy is definitely bad news for Republicans in Ohio, simply because He is a Democrat who has demonstrated long after other Democrats started losing elections in Ohio, he was able to win, and I think it is now. He lost the last time, but he has this connection with the state, and he is Ohio. He's Cleveland. He is he will be a formidable candidate, and I think that economic message will potentially really resonate on his behalf and maybe on behalf of some other Democrats as well.
Eugene Robinson, Rohit Chopra, thank you both so much.